What up, everybody? My name is Alana Trepler, and this is the ATD Show. Today at Above the Dog Studio, I am joined by Ryan Brunell with Gladitood.
Yep.
Yeah, so thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks
Welcome
for
to
having
the
me.
studio. Thanks for being here. So tell me, let's just get right into it and tell us about Gladitood.
Okay, so Gladitood, it very simply is just a fundraising software for nonprofits. So that's kind of like a loaded phrase.
Yeah.
We got started out as a crowdfunding platform, very similar to like GoFundMe, but
Okay.
we were just for nonprofit organizations. And we found out that it was a lot of work, and it was work that sometimes they didn't have the time, resources, or expertise to do really well. So we found a way to do it all for them. That's why we were a crowdfunding platform. Now we really are like a full service fundraising software that is delivering revenue to a nonprofit's bank account.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you help nonprofits raise funds.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go. That's fantastic. I love that. So where do you guys primarily do your fundraising or your help for fundraising?
So it's all digital. So we're not helping nonprofits like run events or put on a gala or a golf tournament. We've kind of figured out that if we use some of the tools that are available, we can send the right message to the right person at the right time, which means that fundraising doesn't have to be seasonal anymore. We can raise money all year long because we're only sending the right message to the right person. We're not bombarding a donor base with messages every single day.
Okay, so what is the benefits of doing it throughout the year versus just a single gala or something?
Yeah, so traditionally fundraising's always been seasonal, right? And most nonprofits have like anywhere from 2 to 4 big fundraisers a year, and those are basically their make it or break it events, right? If one event goes bad, you can fall short of your fundraising budget.
Sure.
If we can take the seasonality of fundraising away and raise money all year long, you probably end up raising more money than the seasonal event fundraising, but it doesn't have to replace your big events either. It's just in addition to.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I've noticed that in the springtime, because we work with so many nonprofits ourselves, that in the springtime, they're all doing something all at the same time. There's a gala every weekend or this fundraiser or that event and all these things happening. So if they could space it out throughout the year, then everybody in the community who want to help are not overwhelmed with, okay, now who do I help? And I can just do it throughout the year.
Yep. Yeah, and there are so many outside influences that can affect an event too. Like how many golf tournaments do we think got rained out this spring?
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Yep. I get it.
Yeah, so being able to raise money online all year long, kind of it de-risks it de-risks the plan that you have to reach your fundraising budget.
That's neat. That's fantastic. Yeah. Okay. All right. So tell us who would want to use this resource?
So ideally, for us, any nonprofit that needs to raise money from donors would want to use this resource. So if you're a nonprofit that's primarily supported by government or private grants, then this probably isn't the best solution for you.
Right.
But if you need to raise money from people like you and I, then you should be using this.
Awesome. Okay, so how does it work? Tell me how I sign up.
Okay, so you can just go to the website and sign up. There's a great example of a campaign that ran with us last year. And once you sign up, we'll reach out to start collecting some of the content that you have. So we'll need pictures, videos, any written information about very specific efforts that you're fundraising for within your organization. And then our system takes that and puts it together in a fundraising page that looks much like this.
Okay.
and puts together a promotion plan, right? So you'll also be uploading your donor base to your private account, and that's never shared with anyone. And then we can use that donor base to create a lookalike audience in Facebook and help you advertise your campaign to an audience that looks just like the audience that you already have on Facebook. So it's pretty much give us your content and we'll organize it into a fundraising page and then promote it for you so that we can start driving donations for your nonprofit.
That's fantastic. Sounds so easy.
It's supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It's so easy because these people are overwhelmed. Not only do they have to take care of their organization, but then to try to put all that stuff together. And some of the organizations are so small. They don't have a big crew of people to be able to help.
Almost no one has a digital team. And if you do have a digital team, you're probably raising millions of dollars every single year because you have the budget for a digital team.
Yeah.
So we try to think of ourselves as like your digital fundraising, your like digital development director.
Digital development director. I like that. We should write that down. Okay, so and is there a cost to this for your service?
So the cost, there is a cost. We can't do it for free.
Right.
But it's tiered based on the volume of revenue that we generate for you.
Okay.
Right. So if we're generating $100,000 over the course of a year for your nonprofit, it's probably going to cost you about $6,000 over the course of the year.
Right.
So compared to the result that we're getting you, it's very, very cheap.
Right. And they don't have to pay that up front.
They can be billed monthly, or they can get a big discount if they decide to pay up front.
Yeah.
And we try to help our nonprofits understand that like it does take time to see results, right? So we'll see some results right away, but also because of these artificial intelligence tools, like every campaign is better than the last. Right. So the next campaign will be even better than the first one, and the third one will be even better.
Okay.
And
so we have an example here, and this is an actual client that you guys had, or nonprofit that you worked with.
Yep.
So it looks like they raised $125,000.
Yeah, so this was MPA stands for Microfinancing Partners in Africa, and they're right here in St. Louis.
Right.
They're a really small organization with a special place in my heart because they were the first nonprofit to invite me on their board. And so I've helped them a lot with their digital fundraising strategy, and now that they've really gotten the hang of it, last year they were able to raise this money to bring... they call them living loans. So they give a cow to a family in Uganda, and that cow changes that family's life, right?
A cow?
So the cow gets pregnant, and they're able to sell the calves, and then it produces milk, and the milk provides nutrition for their kids. Their kids become healthier. If they have excess milk, they get to sell the milk, and all of a sudden they're generating revenue, which means that they can buy their kid a school uniform so their kid can go to school. It like absolutely changes their life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool stuff to work on every day.
Who would have thought that a cow could change your life? It'd change your whole family.
Yeah, it does. It changes the whole community.
So when you guys started this campaign, how long did it take? I mean, so tell me about the progression.
So campaigns, if you're starting your first campaign, a campaign done really well can take about 30 days to plan. And then once you've planned the campaign, that's like really where all the work is. 90% of the work's in the planning.
Absolutely.
Right? And then 10% is execution, and that execution happens over the course of 30 to 60 days. I think that campaign was a 60-day campaign. So in 2 months, they raised $125,000 for these cows.
That's a great success story.
Yeah.
So this stuff really works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it works.
Very
when
good.
it's done well, it works. When it's not done well, it does not. That's why you see like so many failed campaigns on GoFundMe.
Right.
Because sometimes it seems like internet magic.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. I love what you guys are doing. This is great.
You.
And you guys provide this service, so because it's digital, you can go anywhere in the world.
Yeah, so I will say, like, we only work with verified 501c3 organizations with an office here in the U.S., right? So that's how we make sure that, a nonprofit's fundraiser isn't saddled, like, next to Joey's Beer Fund. Like it could be on another platform.
Right.
And it also makes sure that that like the work that we're doing is really rewarding to us, and that's kind of what drives our team.
Yeah. That's incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
This is so great. Okay, so if we wanted to learn more about Gladitood for all the nonprofits out there who need this service, how do we find you?
Go to www.gladitood.com. That's spelled glad with an I and then TOOD. So sometimes people mix it up.
Gladitood.
Yeah, TOOD.com. And then just sign up and you'll receive an email from us and we'll get you started.
Okay. So that's simple.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you coming by and sharing this valuable information.
Thanks for having me.
You know, all of our nonprofits need to know this information, so we'll be blasting it out there. So.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for coming in. From Above the Dog Studios with Ryan Brunell with Gladitood. Ta-ta for now, everybody.